this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I am here with a massive junk journal restock. So Natalie and I have worked really hard over the last few days, well, a couple of weeks really, to put all these yummy goodies together for you. So what have we got? Right, I'm going to move some of these things to the side so that we can do these kind of, you know, a few things at a time. There are also a couple of journals listed on my website, but I might not get time to do the flip through of the journals in this video, so they may have to go in a separate video because there's a lot of stuff to get through. So I'm going to go through, you know, pretty quickly so that we don't kind of dwell too much. So the first item that we have, you know, listed in the shop is I've got these scrap paper bundles. Now, these are basically overspills of printing. Some might be misprints of printing and things. They are all printed on either copy paper, so like 70 to 80 GSM, or 110 GSM. None of the papers are thicker than that. So these are ideal for things like collage and things like that. A lot of them are going to be double-sided because obviously, you know, they're where I have been, you know, creating printables and things. So there are a few of those, and I think you get 25 sheets per pack. So, you know, they're quite useful packs, to be honest. And like I say, I mean, some are things that have made it into my printables and some are things that haven't. They're finished off with just a couple of vintage book pages on the front. But yeah, on the whole, they're going to be a mixture of things, you know, that are either in my shop now as digitals, or, you know, when I was kind of creating them before I'd settled on the final versions of the, you know, the final versions of the printables. So they're quite a nice one, you know, for if you're doing, like I say, collage and things, you know, they're going to give you a selection of different papers. So that is the first item. I'm going to have to kind of chuck these to the side, otherwise I'm going to run out of room. Then what is there? We have got then some fabric clusters. Now, these are clusters which are a mixture of possibly, you know, lace and fabric. They've been stitched on the sewing machine. And then some might have like wax seals, some might have little buttons or gems or, you know, bits of trim or ribbon or, you know, anything else. So these are just a few samples of some of the fabric clusters. So, and again, I'm just going to kind of show you through those very, very quickly. So that's one. This is another set. And these are all picked at random, you know, so I can't guarantee what set you're going to actually get, or, you know, what pack you will actually get, but it could be any one of these packs that I'm showing you now. But they're really lovely. Again, these are perfect for finishing off things like either envelopes or maybe just have on the side of a page. You could put them on tags. I'm just having a look around to see if I've got like an envelope or anything that I could show you. So here I've got like a tracing paper envelope. You know, you could put them just on the flap like that. So, you know, they're quite versatile and quite nice. And like I say, you could just finish even a page off with them and things. So yeah, they're just really, really lovely. So those are the fabric clusters. And then I'll just show you the last pack. Now the clusters, these are a bit confusing because I know Natalie struggles with this because obviously she's not a junk journalist. So she's still trying to get to grips with terminology. So we've got fabric clusters, we've got lace clusters, and we've also got paper clusters, and I have got some of each listed at this moment in my shop. So, you know, do feel free to obviously go across and check them out. So that's the fabric clusters there. So that's those. Okay, I have to keep all this together, and I've got it all labelled with Post-its so that Natalie knows, you know, when she comes to post these things and grab them, she knows what's what. So her and I have obviously kind of put them together and, you know, pack them together. So that's the fabric clusters. Then I've got lace clusters. Now the lace clusters are slightly different in that these are not stitched on the sewing machine. These are like lace bundles basically, and they're finished off with either a gem, again, maybe like a wax seal, maybe a ribbon type embellishment or something, maybe gems and ribbons. You know, maybe a chipboard tile. These are those wax cabochons that we made in a video. That's got a flower there. Then we've got these couple and this one. So, oops, that's just a sample pack of one of the lace embellishment or lace cluster packs. So, and there's a couple of these. And again, these are going to be picked at random. And the reason why I do like to say that is because, you know, if you happen to see, you know, one that you especially liked, let's say, for example, you love this one is not contained in the other pack. So I can't guarantee you're going to get this. Obviously, kind of, because all of the packs are unique, it's very, very tricky to sell individual packs, you know, and keep a track of that. So rather than kind of pressurize Natalie with, you know, you must pack this particular pack, which it's hard enough, obviously, just, you know, deciphering what's lace clusters and what's fabric clusters. I don't want to then, you know, confuse the issue further with, oh, it has to be this, you know, this pack of lace clusters. So that's why they are, you know, picked at random. So that's the lace clusters. Okie dokie. Then we have got paper clusters. Oh, no, not there. Oh, here we go. Paper clusters. So, yeah, lots of different clusters. And, you know, it does make it kind of confusing, I suppose, really, for, you know, for Natalie, really. So, but anyway, so we have got these paper clusters here. Again, all sorts of different ones. You know, hopefully I've tried to, you know, give you a selection of really pretty ones, some with maybe, you know, bling on them, some with, oops, flowers and things on them. You know, most of them, I think I'm right in saying, would have lace on. You know, so hopefully you're going to get a nice variety. So that's one of the cluster packs. Again, I'll just show you through the others. And these are, you know, as with the other clusters, these are also, whoops, picked at random. So here we've got this one, got this one. Oh, I have to say I was hoarding this one. It's kind of like, oh, can I bring myself to part with this? But yeah, got this one here. And these obviously, you know, I'm sure that you're all familiar, but you know, they'd all be fine for tags and pockets and various things put again on envelopes, you know, on toppers, anything really in a junk journal. You could use them on their own on a page. You know, they're all going to, or they're going to be suitable everywhere, perhaps I should say. So there we go. And then we've got this one. Can't see which route that goes. I think it's that way. This one here with the butterfly. That one. This one. That one there's got some sari silk also kind of stapled across there. That one. Oops. That one. That one. Don't you love this? Absolutely love that one. And this one. Again, yep, I was hoarding that one. I mean, honestly, what is wrong with me? But yep, I was hoarding that. So yes, some of these have been a struggle for me to part with. I mean, Natalie, I think, just wonders what's going on, why I try and hoard all these things. But, you know, because I think she just thinks, well, so what? You can make more. But we do hoard them, don't we? That one, again, I was hoarding that. They seem to all be the shoe ones that I'm really mainly hoarding. Have you noticed that? That one, I love that one. This one, this is an image from a vintage book. Isn't that gorgeous? That one, I do love that one, I have to say. I love this one. Love using black in my journals. So I love this one. The simplicity of that. It's very, very pretty, isn't it? This one. Love this one. Yep, like them all. So, yep, all a bit of a struggle to get rid of. So that's the paper clusters. And like I say, they'll be picked at random. Now, just a quick note on the postage. All of the postage is a flat rate of postage. Now, yeah, I need to maybe review this because the postage is very, very expensive at the moment. And, you know, particularly obviously to the States, it's costing more than I'd anticipated. So it is a flat rate, and I do apologise that it seems very expensive. It is costing a lot, and at no point have I sent anything to the States and not had to contribute to the postage myself. So I just want to kind of, you know, mention that. But yeah, it's a flat rate of postage no matter how much stuff you buy at the moment. So yeah, just, you know, just to let you know that really. So these are paper ruffles. I don't know whether you can kind of necessarily see that, but yeah, these are paper ruffle packs. And again, all have extra details and extra you know, embellishment details on them. Got some vintage sheet music. So all of these have been ruffled paper, or are ruffled paper. They've all been stitched down the middle. Some have got lace. That one, as you can see, it's got a label. They've been distress inked, you know, where needed. And they've got, you know, some with flowers, some with bows, things like that. So there's just a couple of the paper ruffles packs. So just quickly show you those. Whoops. Okay. And again, obviously these are picked at random as well. So just to mention that. But these are lovely as well, you know, straight down the edge of a page, or, you know, on a pocket and things like that. So yeah, lots of really nice things to decorate your journals up with that are going to be listed in the, or well, they are listed in the shop right now. So that's those. Now, next item is toppers. Now, there are quite a few of these topper sets, and again, these are going to be picked at random. So you get 2 toppers per set, or per pack. And these are obviously toppers. They are for the fronts of journals, you know, for your covers. So I think most of these are fabric. I can't remember whether they all are, but most of them are fabric. And then they might have a paper item, you know, mixed in with the fabric. Most have stitch in. I can't guarantee whether they all do, but most do. And they, of course, have an abundance of different things layered up on them so that you can then, you know, use them on your covers. Now, I'm just going to pull in a journal here to kind of show you how these would look. This is, of course, not, you know, not a journal that these would go on. It's, you know, just one that happens to be that I'm working on. So please kind of don't, you know, don't think I'm trying to say this goes on here, but that's how it would look on a journal cover. Okay, so I'll just keep this journal cover to hand so that I can just demonstrate how they would look. So we've got those 2. Now, if I was using these, I would just hot glue these and stick them onto a journal. Now, you don't have to hot glue them. Actually, I'm going to just put these up the other way. You don't have to hot glue them. You could use something like Fabri-Tac, you know, anything really. Any glue that you feel comfortable with would, I'm sure, be fine. So this one, this is a paper one. So I wasn't sure whether I did have any paper ones, but this is a paper one. When I say paper, this is actually a vintage postcard that I've used to use as the base of this. And then it's got a big chunky metal, you know, latch on there. So that's that one. That's how that would look on a cover. We have got this one, really, really pretty. And this one obviously is fabric. I mean, they're not meant for this journal cover, but weirdly they do look strangely okay on here. But yeah, they're not obviously meant for this cover. Got this one here, which isn't that just so pretty, lovely for a kind of nature journal, and it's got a massive flower on there. This one, love this one. Yes, I've been hoarding this in my stash for a really long time. So again, you know, it's kind of killing me to part with this, but yeah, that's that one. Okay, so yeah, I've got lots of toppers actually. So, and like I said, these also are going to be picked at random. So you could get any one of these. This one, this is probably my favourite one actually. I love it with those 2 gorgeous flowers on there and the Eiffel Tower. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely love it. Absolutely gorgeous. Then this one, and it's got a jabot on there and things. So yeah, really, really super nice. So that's that one. Okay, and then we've got this one. Really pretty, and it's got sort of chipboard shapes on this one. Very, very pretty. And then this one, actually, this one might be my favourite, to be honest. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So, yeah, love that one. And you can see that actually, you know, although it's not meant for this cover, they still do look good on here. So I would just add a bit of lace and things around the edge and then just, you know, attach the topper on. So, I mean, I would probably tend to use them on a cover with more fabric on it rather than paper, but I'm just, you know, giving you an example really. I've got this one here. I love the greens down here. Don't they look gorgeous? Actually, doesn't that look gorgeous there? This cover, this is my William Morris papers. And doesn't that just really pick up the green off the ribbon? Looks lovely, doesn't it? Then we've got this one. This has got a little, you know, chipboard frame or wooden frame on there and a metal book plate on there. So, yeah, that one's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely love it. So, that one. Then we've got this one here. Okay. Oh, my goodness. I mean, how lovely is that fabric? Just so pretty, isn't it? Absolutely love it. And there. And then we've got this one, which is much more kind of grungy and kind of, yeah, nature journalish. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully whatever you got, you'd get, you know, something that's really going to be suitable for a variety of journals. So, yeah, I mean, they're very, very different, aren't they? So that's contained in that same pack there. And then the final pack is this one. So we've got this one there. It's got trim, flowers, lace, loads of things going on this one. So very, very pretty. Like that. And then look at this one. Again, this one might be my favourite actually now. I think I just love these big flowers, to be honest. But yeah, isn't that just so pretty? So, I mean, again, doesn't that look gorgeous on that purple? I mean, I would never in a million years think, oh, that's for that. But it does look good, doesn't it? So, yeah, lots and lots of toppers there. So they are super scrumptious, aren't they? So, yeah, those there. Okay, let's just pop the clip on. So now I am responding to kind of requests and things that I've had from people. You know, oh, I missed out on, you know, whatever it was. And that's where I'm being guided as to what to put, you know, in the shop. So, you know, it's kind of in response to requests really. So that's, you know, that's how I'm being guided with what people are liking. So these are fabric edge strips. I think there are actually some paper edge strips as well, which I'd forgotten to bring along. So yes, there's these fabric edge strips. Now these are a bit like the clusters, but they are obviously long strips. And you just get a selection of these in a pack, which super, super pretty, aren't they? I just really love them. And again, you know, you could just glue this straight into a journal. You could have it on a cover like that. I mean, that's just gorgeous, even just as it is on that cover. Or, you know, put it into a journal on an edge, or, you know, through the middle like a belly band. But they're just really lovely, aren't they? So, yeah, selection of those. Let's try this one because I love that. Isn't that gorgeous? So, yeah, really, really, really lovely. So, yep, there's a couple of packets of those. So, let's just tidy these away. So, that's one pack. And then the other pack. Okie dokie. So, that. Now, a lot of these, they've got threads and things like that. Now, again, I've left the threads on because I like my things with lots of threads. Obviously, if you didn't, well, you know, there might not be the item for you. And, you know, if you didn't, but you still liked the general idea, you could always cut the threads off. So, you know, you could trim them and tidy them. I personally think the threads actually look really gorgeous and sort of do add. I'm just going to move this slightly. Do add to them, you know, but of course I understand that, you know, threads aren't necessarily everybody's thing. But just to, again, show you how that would look on a page, we've got that one. I'm just going to pick a couple of my favourites here just to demonstrate. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely love it. That one there. As you can see, that one's longer than the page, so you could either, you know, put it on and have it kind of hanging off of the page, or of course you could trim it down to your page length. You could use them this way round. You know, you don't have to use them the way that I'm suggesting. You could, you know, snip them in half then, and then you'd have the other half left to use for something else, and you could just embellish it with something else. So, you know, they've got a few different ways you could use them, but they're going to be really, really nice and fun little decorative pieces for your journals. And, you know, hopefully they've been made in a variety of lovely fabrics and things as well. So that's those. Let me just bulldog clip those together. Okay, so that's those. And then, right, these are a new item. So I have not had these before, but again, I'm being guided by what you guys have requested. So quite often I've had, you know, lots of you say in comments on YouTube and things like that, why don't you sell your fabric scraps? So I've now put these fabric packs together. Now these are all going to contain 1 or 2 vintage fabrics and a mix of vintage and new. Now I think I'm right in remembering you get 10 different fabrics in a pack. So I'm just going to open one pack and just show you. Now all of these are different. I cannot guarantee what fabrics you're going to get in what pack. Again, I've tried to do them with a variety of different fabrics, so that you're going to have a really good mix of, you know, maybe some florals, maybe some satins that you could make flowers with and things, and some vintage fabrics as well. So these 3 here at the back, these are all vintage fabrics. As I say, I cannot guarantee. I mean, this is that fabric that I used for that gorgeous topper that I just said about. So yeah, you're going to have some really, really lovely fabrics in there. And again, they would be suitable for all sorts of projects. You know, 10 pieces of fabric, one of those might be lace. I can't remember whether that's included in the 10 or whether that was an additional item, but you will get 10 pieces of fabric. And, oh, you might not all get lace. I can't remember whether they all have lace, but you will definitely get, you know, 10 pieces. And then they would be suitable for things like collage in a cover. You could make some decorative edge strips. You could make some fabric ruffles. You could make flowers. You could make, you know, what do we call them? The, what did we call them? Like the fabric button embellishments. You could make things like that. So you're going to have a lot of different fabrics in those packs that you can mix and match. So all of them, like I say, they're all going to have, you know, a random mix, but hopefully a variety of florals and things like that. Okay, so the next item is I've got just one of these left. And again, these are a repeat product, which, you know, feedback was you really liked them and enjoyed them. These are a printed speciality paper pack. So what you get is you get a couple of, you know, craft coloured card, which has been printed on. You will get a couple of vintage book pages, which have been printed on. And they are large book pages. You will get a couple of acetate sheets. Now, obviously, you can't really see through these to see what these are, so I'll just put some white underneath. So this one here, this is from my butterfly collection papers. And then this one here is from my London, vintage London collection papers. So you've got those on acetate. Again, these are all different. Now I've only got one of these left at the moment, but when these get replenished, you know, when I get around to doing more of these, they will be different. So you're going to get a variety of different patterned papers. So this is from my, oh, I've now completely forgotten the name of this kit, but yeah, I've used it a lot. So yeah, I'm so sorry. Oh, Myrtle Cottage, I think. Myrtle Cottage, I think. It's that, and it's printed on vellum. It's thicker quality vellum, so very, very nice paper. This is from my Victorian gallery papers, and again, printed on thicker quality vellum. And then you get 2 pieces of printed fabric. So this is from my Junk Journal Basics Kit 2. They have been printed onto a whole sheet label, so you can peel the label off and use the fabric. And this is my French collection paper, again, printed onto the, you know, whole sheet label. So they're really fun packs. And, you know, obviously, again, you can do a whole variety of different things with those. So, you know, just something really nice to have in your stash. And I know that just, you know, obviously I've had requests before, you know, is there any way that I could sell things like acetate, you know, printed acetate. Hold on a second, sorry. Right, sorry about that. I had to just go and answer the door. So, yes, I've had a lot of requests in the past for, you know, could I sell the printed acetate or the printed vellum? So these are, oh, yeah, these are those. So that's that. Now, the next item that I have, and these, again, I've had so many requests for, you know, could I sell printed copies of my printables? So again, I've got a few of these different printed paper packs. Now these are all printed on 110 GSM. So they are a lovely quality paper. They are printed on, you know, what I would call presentation quality, smooth, ultra smooth paper. So they're, you know, much thicker than copy paper. They are not, however, this is more, it's not a card, but this is kind of 200 GSM. So you can probably hear it's got a much more sturdy, you know, feel to it. These are very much still paper, you can see, but it is much thicker than a, you know, very flimsy copy paper. Now, again, these are all on a potluck basis. They are sold completely at random, but they will all have 30 pages. So they consist of 30 pages, and what they will be is a variety from 3 different digital kits. So this one, for example, this has got William Morris papers in it. It then has got my Regency papers in it. And then this here is my Maribel kit papers. So, and it's been bound into these thermal bound pads. Now, just a quick note about when you come to use these, what you will have to do is open your pads out and break the spine. So really press this open and break the spine, and that's how your papers will literally just, you know, come out. Oh, that one has come out, so I'll have to rebind that. So, right, let me put that to the side. So yeah, that one needs rebinding, but that's how you're going to take your papers out. So just so that you're aware. This one here, this has got my Redbirds papers first of all, so variety of those. Then it has got my Pink Parisian pages. Oops, I think that's still the Redbirds. Right, Pink Parisian pages, like that. Okay. And then here we've got the Purple Rain papers at the back. So, you know, again, a nice variety of papers in there. Oh, I'm thinking maybe we haven't bound these yet. Right, so we'll have to double check that these are bound. So yeah, that's that one. Okay. This one here, this is my shoes toppers and my vintage framed papers. It's a combination of those two. So again, super beautiful papers, very, very, very pretty. So those in the front. Then you've got my French collection papers, a variety from those. And then here you've got, oh my goodness, what are these called? Oh, my mind's gone completely blank. I can't remember what these ones are called. Ah, I'm so sorry. My mind's gone completely blank. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, another set. So that's those. I just need to check afterwards whether I've bound that one. This again, you've got the Pink Parisian papers at the front. So selection of those. They're very pretty papers. Then in the middle, you've got my Rich Damask. Oh, sorry. That one's got a back thing. We may have put an extra paper in there, I'm not sure. I can't remember because it's a couple of weeks since we did this, but I have a feeling we talked about putting an extra sheet in to compensate for that. So we've got the Rich Damask papers in there, and then this is the duck egg, oh gosh, pink Parry, oh, I can't remember again the name of that. So Pink Paris papers in the back there. So super, super, super nice. I'm just going to check whether we have bound this or whether this one also needs, that one also needs binding. We must have not bound these. So again, more of the Pink Paris papers in this one. So very pretty. Then here we've got Marabella papers again. Whoops, the Marabella papers there. And then more of the William Morris papers in the back there. So very, very nice. That one needs binding as well. Yeah, we must have not bound these, so I do apologise. These are the Myrtle Cottage papers. So again, very, very pretty. We've got William Morris papers there. And then we've got the Blue Blossom, I think it might be called, papers there. So yeah, again, this one needs binding. Then here we've got the Purple Rain papers. And then we've got the Myrtle Cottage. And then we've got the Rich Damask papers in there. Then here we've got Shabby Chic papers. And then these are the freebie papers that I listed on my website. That's those. And then at the back here again, the pink Parisian in there. So that's those. And then here we've got, and again, I can't remember what these are called. They may be the Cambridge collection. I can't actually remember, or the Cambridge set. And then we've got the French collection papers here. And then at the back, we've got, these are the Belgian blue papers. So again, really, really nice collection there. And then the final one, we've got the Victorian Springtime papers at the front. And then we've got the Redbirds in the middle there. And then the Junk Journal Basics Kit 2. Some of the background papers from that. So really, really nice selection. Now, like I say, they are going to be, again, potluck basis. So, you know, they are not necessarily going to be, you know, you're not necessarily going to get the one that maybe you know, would ideally love. So I just want to point that out. Now, aside from that, we've got lace packs in the shop. We have also got trim packs. So I'm just showing you here what they consist of. So the trim packs, you will get some of the little rosebud trims. You will get some, you know, Diamante blingy kind of trims and some pom-pom trim. Again, colours may vary. So, you know, just want to, you know, point that out again. I have got the wax pellets. So we've got pink, blue and green pellets, wax pellets. We have got the beautiful flowers. Now, I love using these flowers in my journals, so we've got those. They are stocked again in the shop as well. And then I've also got some of my die cut packs, which the die cut packs, you get, I think I'm right in saying 40 die cut pieces, or, you know, fussy cut pieces. They have all been either hand cut by myself or cut by my, you know, scan and cut machine. So they are done by colour, really. Now this, you can see it's kind of pinks and browns. Most of them are mixed with browns. So this is blue, blue and browns. Kind of yellowy browns there, blue and browns. And then again, orangey, you know, colours and browns. So there's a few of those. Again, they're going to be a potluck basis. But yeah, quite a few of those. And then finally, the final two items. I've got two junk journals. So the first junk journal is this one, and then I've got this one. So I'm just going to do a very quick flip through. They are both ring-bound journals. So this one, it's a pink girly journal. The closure is a, you know, doubled up Grosgain pink ribbon. Now on the front, it's been covered, so it's a chipboard cover, and it's been covered with lace and fabric and various things. You've got a jabot on here, you've got a flower, you've got some pink, you know, fabric ruffle down there, some Diamante, and yeah, really, really pretty. And then some lace here just hanging from the rings. This is on big rings, so it's, you know, nice and easy to maneuver. And then on the back, you've just got lots of lace and a little butterfly there, kind of where the ribbon closure goes. So opening the journal out, here we've got a lace pocket, so large piece of lace there. You've got some fabric ruffle down here, and then a butterfly, and then some more lace trim on the edge. And then you've got a little flippy pad here. This is one of those scrappy pads, which I think we've made these together in a video. If we haven't, they're coming soon. And then you've got one of those Victorian album printables with this lovely Lewis Carroll picture in there. Again, we did make these on video. Some lace trim and a bow and things like that. And then here you've got just a journal card in there. So, whoops, that one goes in like that. And that all just goes into that lace pocket like that. Okay. Then here we've got this gorgeous, gorgeous, it was meant to be a journal card, or it started its life as a journal card, but actually I've now kind of made it a page in here because it was really nice and big, and I thought, well, actually this goes as a page. So absolutely love this. And then here we've got one of my large images printed onto acetate, And then tucked behind, this is one of my fun photos printables, which again, we played around with these together. And it's got the, you know, vellum there. And then here, this is some genuine vintage documents or letter. And that's just also tucked in. And then behind, you've just got another little pocket there, but I haven't put anything in there. One of my bows there from my bow printables. And yeah, really pretty. Loads of lace in this journal, absolutely loads. Now, on this page, I have to say, this is probably my favourite page in the whole journal. So, yeah, absolutely love this page. So, what have we got? We've got a large pocket here. Now, this pocket was inspired by Ruby and Pearl. I'm not actually sure whether I ever put a video up doing these or whether I lost the video. I felt like I was looking for the video the other day and I couldn't find it anywhere. So, I'm not sure whether it went up or whether actually I filmed it and then deleted it by mistake. But it's vintage, you know, vintage piece, and then it's got some printable stuck on it as well. You've got some lace trim down the side. And then I just hooked on some paper there for journaling. So that just goes on like that. And I love how it looks because isn't that beautiful? You've got some lace trim up here with some little bling bits. So these are like the blings that are contained in the trim packs. And then here you've got a cluster using one of those wax cabochon pieces, which we made in a video a long time back. You've got some fabric ruffle, and then tucked in the top, I've just got an image from a vintage book, which I've just backed onto ivory card and distressed it, made it look like a sort of vintage photo. So that just pops in there like that. And then here in the side, you've got a printable there, one of my vintage photo printables, and that just slides in there like that. Okay. Then going over the page, we've got one of those fabric clusters. So I'll just show you how that looks. Isn't that just so gorgeous? And then here you've got one of these pockets, which we've made in a mass making. This is a piece from one of my perfect pocket packs. And this actually is, I think, my autumn blush kit. You've got some lace and a bow and things like that. And then again, another image from a vintage book, and then some clustered up vintage pieces there. And then just another sort of journal card as well. Sorry about that noise of the motorbike. And then up here, you've got a fold over. This is just from my pink Parisian papers. So that just goes in like that. It just tucks in like that and, you know, hooks over. And then here you've also got another pocket with a vintage photograph printable in there like that. So, yep. Lots of things to be tucked in on this page. It's very busy. It's got a lot of interactive elements. Then here I've got, this is that pocket, which is the Rachel from Roxy Creations. It was her pocket from her, you know, Friday Roxy's Weekly Challenge videos that we did a while back. So again, another one of my fun photos printables there. And that just tucks into the first pocket. So that goes in here. Then we've got another piece from a vintage book tucked in to the second pocket. And then here in the back pocket, we've got a genuine vintage letter, which actually you've got quite a bit of journaling space on here. But again, you know, this is really nice because it's from 1890, would you believe? So you've got quite a few nice, you know, genuine vintage pieces in here. So that's that. And then you've just got a printable tucked in the side like that. So again, gorgeous, gorgeous page. And this is my Shabby Chic collection papers. So don't they look really pretty on there? Then going over the page, we've got this here with a policy closure wraparound here. And then we've just got a folding flap. So this is my French collection papers. This is just a cluster with one of my bright butterflies there. And then open that over, and then tucked in here, we've got a journal card there with a genuine vintage cigarette card. So that's there, goes in. And then here, oops, we've got again another image from a vintage book, if I can get it out. Yep, and something else, which I can't remember what this was. Oh, there we go. So this is one of those, you know, Titanic, what do you call them? You know, postcards from the Titanic Museum, which we grunged up. This is an image from a vintage book, just backed onto some brown card. So that all goes in like that. Oh my goodness. Now can't get it to go in flat enough. Perhaps that went in there actually. Oh yeah, it did, yeah. Okay, so that just wraps back around like that. Okay, then this here, this is a genuine vintage cabinet card photograph. So, you know, it's kind of hard. And I've put another one of those fabric ruffle pieces. Doesn't that just look so gorgeous on that photograph? So yeah, and obviously you could journal on the back of there. Then here we've got some collaged up paper there, which we've got a cluster down the bottom, and then, you know, various things all layered up and some fabric ruffle. And then tucked in there we've got a large journal card, and then some vintage pieces which have just been stapled in the corner. So that all goes in there like that. Oops. Oh, sorry, struggling to tuck all of this in. And then here we've got, this is one of my heart printables. So these are from my vintage style heart printables. We made this together when I did my launch video. So you undo the, what do you call it? Baker's twine. Oh, I'm so sorry, that's my phone now. And then you've got this little pad. So just showing you there how that works. Hold on. I'm so sorry, that was my mum and dad. So right, let me move this out of the way. So yes, this is my vintage hearts. Now tucked into there, what was tucked into there? Yep, we've got this little scrappy piece like that. Up here, this is some vintage book page which I've just, you know, distress inked. Absolutely, what a gorgeous, gorgeous house that is. A sort of Georgian house. And that's from some of my books which I have shared on a book haul, I think. And then just this little printable tucked in at the top. So that just goes in like that. Oops. And then some sari silk here ruffled up. Sorry, I forgot to say that. So that just tucks in there. Obviously, you have to be a bit careful because, you know, this is all paper. I haven't used, you know, thicker paper for these bits. These are, you know, thinnish papers. So they're a little bit on the flimsy side. So we just then tie that string back up. Then on this side, we've just got, these are some book pages from a vintage book. Now, these are some that I've scanned in, and some of these images have been used in other places. So I've used them in, I think, my Junk Journal Basics kit too. Some of them are in that kit. It's got some lace at the top with some pearly trim, but you've got journaling space here. Then you've got this one. Now, I've included this lovely tissue paper, which is like a protective film, which I just thought is so lovely. So then you've got this picture here. Isn't that beautiful? And then going over the page, we've got some ruffled ribbon. And then again, another one of those pictures. Again, journaling space on the back. Again, the film, and then another picture, and then journaling space here. Some ribbon down here. Journaling space here on this card and here. And then here, again, journaling space. And you've also got this beautiful ribbon paperclip holding on this beautiful tag. Isn't this just so pretty? I feel like we may have made this together, but I wouldn't swear by it. And this has got one of those little, you know, flippy down faux envelopes on it. And then it's just got my shoe printables from my shoe printables collection too, and one of my framed topper pieces as well. So, and this background, I think that's from the Cambridge background papers. So absolutely love that tag. And yep, that just paper clips onto the side. That's also a pocket, but I haven't, oh no, it might not be a pocket actually. Yeah, tell a lie, might not be a pocket. Journaling space here. Then this is one of those large journal cards that we did together. And I've put it in as a page. So I've just popped in another printable there. This is a printable, you know, one of my photographs. And this is one of my vintage circles printed again onto vellum. So really nice textury and tactile page. And then on the back, I've just glued a few different things here. So I've got some paper, so you could journal on there. And then I just attached this little stapled sort of cluster up there. Then here I've got one of those heart tower pockets, which again, we did these together. So this is my pink damask paper, or my pale damask. And the rich lace, and this is also the pale damask, I think. And then you've just got a printable tucked in there. So that just goes in like that. Now, I think I made a bit of a mistake, and I think I've glued these together. So I couldn't seem to get anything tucked into that middle pocket. So I just want to point that out. So you've actually only got 2 pockets now. And there were supposed to be 3. And then tucked into the top one, again, another little clustery type item, with a wax seal, and I've just gone around that with some gold as well. The dog is trying to get in behind my desk here, and honestly, it's, you know, I've got obviously the things that I've been showing in the video piled up, so she can't really get in, and she's, you know, trying and trying, not wanting to give up. So yeah, this is my large images and printed onto acetate, and then they are stitched on to make a pocket, and then this again, book page, just to form a large journal card. So that just goes in like that. And then here, another one of those lace clusters. Isn't that just so pretty? And then here I just formed a little fold out like that. So you could put obviously a flippy pad in here, or, you know, some plain paper for journaling, you know, or you could obviously journal on here as is. And then here, another little fold out. This is from a vintage book. And yeah, it just folds out. I thought that was lovely. And just, I love the way it's kind of like hidden in the, you know, in between this. And then tucked into the side, I've just got a vellum piece here with journaling space on the back. So yeah, the dog's still trying to get in, would you believe? Then here I've got one of these lovely big envelope pockets. We made these in a mass making session, and I just attached this. So you've got journaling space here. It's got a magnetic closure, but you've got journaling space there. You've got a little journal card tucked in there. These are my coloured book plates, printables. So that tucks in there. And then, oops, this folds over, magnetic closure. And then here, this again is the Cambridge papers. These, I think, are what we made recently in a mass making. It's one of those little fold outs, and you've got journaling space on the back, journaling space all in here, which again, you could obviously replicate this and put this on these four sides if you wanted, but that just all closes over, closes in there like that. So that's all in that top pocket. And then tucked in the side, I've just got a couple of journal cards there. So they just go, oops, into the side there. And then on the facing page, we have got, this was one of those over the page pockets. But what I've done, I've glued this one down like a belly band. So we've got this one. This is my little Victorian Beauties background paper. So I just kind of chopped off a bit. That tucks in there. This opens out as a flap, so you can journal on here. I'm so sorry if you can hear the dog. She is literally like rummaging through the paper to try and get under. This is one of my Victorian ephemera, I think set 5 pieces on there. Obviously a flower from some of my floral trim, and then here just a little clustered up bunch of stuff. Another little piece of, you know, matching kind of ephemera there. So that tucks in there, some trim, and then some fabric ruffle down here with some more bling. Turn the page over, and then obviously this is the other side of the, you know, over the page pocket. So again, you've got the opening out pocket there. Now this one is a large tuck spot, and for some reason I now have mislaid whatever was going in here. So you've got a large tuck here which you can tuck something into, and I'm just scanning around my desk to see if I can see anything that might go in there. Okay, so I've got a journal card here now which we can just pop into there. So it's upside down because I don't know whether it's going to like it with the bling. So yeah, I'm just going to put that in upside down, but you've got that journal card there in that tuck spot. You've got one of those ribbon embellishments down the bottom with a little pearly centre, and then here in the pocket, again, another little clustered up bunch with a wax seal, and then some lovely bits up here. Love how that looks. And then here we are on the inside of the back cover. So here we've got a little booklet with some, what do you call it? Food coloured paper, some of that tissue paper, and then a paper clip holding on. So you've got a couple of vintage printable ticket pieces. So that one's slightly damaged, I'm afraid, but those, they clip on with the paper clip. Very pretty little paper clip there. And then on the other side, also clipped on with the paper clip, this is one of those Rachel from Roxy Creations, one of her little vellum pocket tags, which we made together. So that all clips onto that acetate piece. So if I just get that and go pop this onto here like that, oops, Oh, the dog's back. She'd gone and given up for a minute, and now she's come back. She's like, oh, I still want to come in. She's not giving up. So that just clips on like that. So that holds it all in place there. And then underneath here, you've actually got, these are actually pockets. I haven't put anything in them, but of course you could put some journal cards or anything in there. You've got lace trim running down the edge and a little bow up there, and then a little sort of ribbon, you know, banner type piece on here. So yeah, super busy album, lots going on in that journal. You know, really, really, really love it, I have to say. Very girly, very chunky, very, very full. It's very heavy. But yeah, really, really love how it looks. So that's journal number 1. Now I also have this journal. I'm not going to have time to do this journal now, so I'm going to have to do a second video to do a flip through of this. And what I will probably do is do the flip through of this tomorrow. So it will be like a bonus video, because obviously, you know, on my new videoing schedule now, just 3 times a week, but this one will be a bonus video, just the flip through of this journal. So yeah, so I hope that you like all of the goodies. It's a massive restock, I have to say. It's all available on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website. Thank you so much to everybody who's purchased from there in the past. I really appreciate your support, and I really hope you like the goodies. As I say, I have been guided by you guys who've been messaging or saying, you know, what you would like to see in my shop, and so I really, you know, I hope that I've kind of hit the spot right with where you've been asking. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.